I understand you're training up in the mountains now. How's it going?
It's going great. Getting back on training after long injury. I got last year hamstring tear.
So how do you stay so strong mentally when you go through injuries like this?
Now it feels like injury is part of my life.
What are your biggest goals right now, and how much are you thinking about LA?
This time I will not target the time because that mistake I had made last 2 times. This time I will try to maintain my ranking and definitely will start compete soon.
What do you think of the NCAA system in the US? We see some Asian and African athletes now going into the US colleges to compete.
2 offer letters after Junior Asia medal.
In terms of athletes right now in the world, who do you think is the gold standard in terms of what they do on the track and off it?
Definitely Sifan Hassan, as I mentioned, because she don't have a boundaries of the event.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to Harmilan Bains, India's top middle distance runner. Really lovely to have you with us on Essentially Sports. I understand you're training up in the mountains now. How's it going?
It's going great. Getting back on training after long injury. I got last year hamstring tear. Actually, that was hamstring tendon, grade 2B tear. So doctor told me you have to stop now, otherwise you have to go through surgery, and the gap will be for 2 years after surgery. So I decided to stop there and start with my rehab session. It took 9 months to gain confidence back to running on 100% efforts. So yeah, that was hard, but now I'm getting back. I'm training on high altitude. My nose is bleeding every day, almost. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So how do you deal with the adversity involved? Because I think the fans, they just see you on race day. And sometimes I think people forget what really goes into this.
That happens, but in my case, luckily, I don't get distracted that much. So if I just go for a race, before that, even I call my parents, or if they come with me, I said, please, I just want my space before race. After race, whatever you guys want, just come in.
So how do you stay so strong mentally when you go through injuries like this?
Now I feels like injury is part of my life because um, my mom, first of all, my mom was an athlete. She was Asian Games silver medalist as well, and my dad were athlete. And I used to fight with my parents why they didn't train me so well from my childhood, because my biomechanics are not that good. I have an injury prone body. So from 2015, I start professionally my sports, and till this date, one year I perform, 1 year I get injured, 1 year I perform, 1 year I get injured. So, but this last year when I missed Olympics, that was more harsh to me. Like, I prepared so well. My repetition timing was so good. It was the timing I was approaching that was under 4 minutes for 1500 meters. But unfortunately, maybe because of that speed, in 200 meters, I got that tear. That thing happens. But at last, I just feel like it's part of my life. Like, not the everyone, but my life. My life is same. I got injured. I come back and I stand up.
What do you do to miss out on the Olympics? Is it kind of like a heartbreak? Is it like getting over somebody and then you think about the future and you can't dwell on it? What's it like?
That was not the first time. Even last year, I missed that. But the 4 seconds, that because of pace judgment, bad lightning on track, and because of so heat, the track temperature was 52 degrees. Can you imagine? And I did 4:08, and qualification time was 4:04. So that year I made mistake. I didn't compete any international races in good weather. That time I missed that out. I cried a lot, but I guess crying is fine after doing that such hard work and missing out your main event. And this year again. So for the next year, the thing is, what happens? I prepare myself. I noticed my mistake. Next year, I said, I am not gonna take timings on my like I have to qualify by time. I will qualify by ranking. Performance I have to maintain after this session. With after this speed session, I will maintain my performance, and my target is to compete as much as I can so that I will hold a good ranking in future.
You mentioned your parents, both really accomplished athletes. What's that like, and how do you carve out your own identity in the sport?
First, when I started, it was like, oh, see, Madhuri's daughter is competing. I said, Mom, here is my name. Why they like why they don't call Harmilan is competing? Harmilan won gold, and now it's changed after last year Asian Games. It totally changed. Now the people know them up from my name. They said Harmilan's mom. So yeah, it's changed now. But first, it was so. Sometimes it was so annoying when my parents and coach discuss on my workout, and coach get annoyed, and he said, I'm not going to train you. So it happens so many times, but it's fine. Now I know how to handle them, so it's going well.
Well, now we call you the Queen. Where did that come from?
That come from my granddad, and after that in Khelo India's I got a title, um, Queen of Middle Distance, and after record I got a after record of 1500 meter in back 2021, they call me a queen of 1500 meters. So lots of title together. So I thought, don't put that like queen of track, queen of Indian athletics. So I just put the queen. First, my that was my granddad, because when I was born and the village where I born, there is not they don't value women much. And when my mom come to that village, she used to do sports before as well, but when she came, she said, how I will run in shorts here, dad, to my granddad, ki everyone is looking at me. So what my dad did, we had a great big farms. So that day my granddad said, we are not going to crop anything. We will leave this field for my mom so that she can train her comfortably. And so when she won a medal, my granddad was so happy. And that day that day he said, even on like on his books, he write that she's a, in Punjabi word, Jamadru athlete, a born athlete, and she will be the queen of track. That's what he write, because her mother had done this, and she will do same. So from that day till now, I'm getting this title.
That's amazing. What a cool story. How is India doing in terms of middle distance, in terms of the standards? I feel like the international standards are growing all the time. How is India doing overall in terms of keeping up with these incredible standards that the rest of the world is setting?
Okay, honestly, I'm saying this. When I was competing, all races were like under 4 minutes 10 seconds, and now I'm missing all my nationals, and now I see the races. These are very slow as compared to other countries. But if we talk about long distance, 5,000, 10,000 on track, they are doing really very great. But for the middle distance, we are competing, we are trying, but our limits are like for the men's, it's very hard for now to cross like 144. But I know very well, if one guy cross 144, then every because the that mental block will open. And that's what I feel. I want to be the first like to cross 4 minutes so that I can open the mental block of all Indian middle distance athletes.
It's interesting when you talk about mentality. Mentality is everything in this sport, right? And you've been, I think, quite open about the mental health aspect. How do you deal with all these ups and downs and being so mentally strong?
After I talk openly about my thoughts last year, when I missed Olympics, I was like, I don't want this life, because I already thought to like quit that just because of Olympics. Then I thought we have lots of things to do. So for 2 days, I cried a lot, sitting in the corner in the room. I was not going out, not going anywhere, not picking any calls. That was so hard for me. And I was like, my parents, they just want me to be in Olympics, and I was doing this everything for them. So one day I just thought, "Okay, this is my life. This is I have to do for myself. If I'm not happy, then what does it mean?" So that day I get up again and I said, I will do it again. It's okay. It will take time, but I will definitely do it. And that's my job, I guess. That's my job. Uh, that coming back even stronger than before is my job, I guess. So I motivate myself, because if someone motivate you by that time, you feel annoying. Like, I'm upset. I don't want your advice. So I guess this is only you that can help you to back.
Aside from your parents, who's the biggest inspiration to you in terms of middle distance runners?
Well, I start because of my mom, and I'm not saying she's my inspiration, but yeah, I inspire myself. That's what I think, because when I see other athletes, we can't compare ourselves to other athletes, because every athlete situation is different, every athlete build is different, running is different, so we can't compare. So I guess if you get inspired, if you can't inspire by yourself, then you can't inspire by anyone.
You must have a lot of little girls and boys looking up to you, having experienced lots of highs and lows, setbacks, successes. What kind of advice do you give to kids who ask you about being a runner and ask you what it's like and ask you for advice? What is the main piece of advice you try to give them?
I just feel what I experienced and what I want to experience from my what I had done. Like, to first of all, to Indian parents, if you want your kid to be an athlete, because what I see when I was training in UK, lots of kids by the age of 12, 13, they were working on their biomechanics. They were not giving the load. So sports is not the main of, like, sports is not the running. Sports, how you beautifully you can take out. It's about the helping nature. It's about how you guys start, how you guys how much strong you guys are. So first of all, to the parents, if you want your kid to be an athlete, just go with the basics first. It doesn't mean your kid want to be an athlete, just take him to the track and ask him to run a race. It's not like that. And for the all, even not for all the only the athletes, to anyone, just give your 100% to any of thing. Because I remember when my dad's first coach told me she can't do sports, she have a heavy body, she have a body like her grandmother, she don't meant to be a runner. So that day I decided I will do it. So, and I give my 100%. If I feel, if you will give your 100% to any of thing with full efforts, you will achieve anything.
This is true. When you look at the top global talents, I mean, you've improved your 1500 times steadily. When you look at people like Faith Kipyegon or Sifan Hassan, how do you analyze their performances and what do you take away from their strategies and styles?
I feel like Sifan Hassan is doing really great. She's not like attached to one event. She do multiple events, and that's what is quite impressive. That her endurance is good, her speed is good. So I guess we have to improve everything. She's like, we are not meant to be a one or two events athlete. We can do anything. So that is quite, I guess, helpful in off season to do marathons, and then of course in seasons we can compete with a good endurance in 1500 meter, of course with a good speed. So that's what
We see international training systems in places like Kenya and Ethiopia, and even the collegiate system and the NCAA. What do you think India can learn and take away from those systems to improve?
we have a good systems, but just few, very few, where I guess people can approach easily. They can see, okay, we have a good system. But I feel like the we have a good places like Jammu Kashmir, Leh Ladakh, Himachal. We can build up such a good system over there. um, these people need this exposure, but here it's nothing. Like, we have a 2 or 3 good centers where only elite athletes can train, and other athletes are like, they're not allowed to even see what's going on in with the elite athletes. As I mentioned, in UK, even the 12-year-old boy or girl is getting that experience, and he know what is going to happen if he will be that elite athlete. He's going to get these facilities. But here, athletes have no idea what will gonna happen. I guess like private sectors are doing much better, like Reliance, Sports Kira, JSW, they are doing great. They are helping athletes to come out. But somewhere I feel so bad why I born so early. I want to be like a 2006 um, girl, so that I can get that facilities from, like, I can train with the basic things as well.
What do you think of the NCAA system in the US? We see some Asian and African athletes now going into the US colleges to compete. Do you think Indian athletes should follow that route?
I still remember when I got offered from 2 universities from USA, and I asked my dad. Even I said, "Ki, I want to go there," but he said, "No, I have to check everything. I have to visit first, and this and that." And he didn't been there, and I am here, so I missed that opportunity, unfortunately. But now I regret more when I see other athletes to competing there. Like, I need that as well. So, anyways, what goes, that goes. But luckily, last year I compete so many BMCs, and I got international exposures. But this is such a big advantage competing at NCAA and the events like BMCs, because when I competed at Junior Asia, I was so afraid of other athletes. Like, um, I don't want to say that. Like, we know, like, other countries, like, or the fair skins are so fast, so good in speed. So I was so nervous by that time. But after competing lots of BMCs, the Asian Games were like, okay, I had done this so many times, I can do it again. So these things are helping athletes to take to like make easy our other events like Asian Games, Commonwealth, World Championship, and it's a good exposure for the athletes. And this thing is giving much more competition to NCAA.
What are your biggest goals right now, and how much are you thinking about LA?
Definitely, but as I mentioned, this time I will not target the time, because that mistake I had made last 2 times. This time I will try to maintain my ranking, and definitely will start compete soon, as much as races I can.
How do you find the outside of the track? People seem to really love your social media. I noticed that you love writing captions, and there's lots of nice photos on your page. Like, do you enjoy that side of it?
I really love that, and I really enjoy that, because I feel that's a different life, and sports is a different life. Taking track stress to the home and home stress to the track, it's not gonna work anyways. So that's what I do. Whatever happens in the track, I leave there, and whatever happens in the home, I leave there. I definitely take two things in different places. And yeah, I guess I love to travel, and I love to click photos. So yeah.
And are you having interesting offers from brands or for acting or things like that?
Yes, actually, I had done one Punjabi song as well, so that will come out soon. Actually, so many, such a, I guess 5 or 6 months before we had done that song. So it's gonna release soon. I have so many offers. Actually, last time before Olympics, I had so many offers, but I was busy in training. And I just make sure these two things, like my modeling things, can't stop my sports career, and shouldn't be like a hurdle in my sports career. Definitely, because this is distraction, and whatever I do, like lots of social media posts and these advertisement things, I prefer to do in off seasons, because off season have such a long workout and we need something to get fresh. But in speed season, we need to be a focus. So that time I try not to do anything like this.
That's so cool. You've made a song. Have you done a music video for it? How did that come about? Who did you work with for that? Are you proud of it?
Yes, actually, that was my first song, and I was not ready for that, because that was not a romantic and not a violent song, but I like more like bass songs. And but that was not a romantic one, but I really enjoyed that, and I had done dance for very first time in my life. That I can remember for like whole life. And the singer name was Harveer. He was very nice. He's like my brother, but he asked me for like, can you do it for us? So I guess, see, I'm sweating right now. Even I'm sweating right now as well, because I was not ready for the songs, because I am good in like advertising and acting, but songs was like not part of my journey. I never thought to be, but anyways, I had done. So let's see how that
Amazing.
will go.
If you could work with anybody in the world in music, who would it be?
Definitely Diljit Dosanjh.
Yeah.
I guess you know him.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh, that's fine.
But okay, cool. But I'm sure a lot of our audience will know. So
Yeah,
apologies.
and in
Okay.
Malaysia, lots of people know.
Okay, awesome. And in terms of athletes right now in the world, who do you think is the gold standard in terms of what they do on the track and off it? They are the gold standard, in your opinion.
You're talking about specific athlete or
Yeah. In
country?
terms of athletes, who do you think really is just doing everything right on the track and off the track?
Definitely Sifan Hassan, as I mentioned, because she don't have boundaries of events. Like, this is my event. I was so surprised when she competed in marathon, and I was so surprised when after marathon she immediately competed to 1500. So that's quite impressive.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I feel if we talk about sports and life together, I feel British athletes are enjoying it. They're taking like, they enjoy everything. They enjoy the movement. They enjoy the track. They enjoy their personal life as well.
Such a from Britain. Who from Britain do you think is a good example?
Well, that was my training partner over there, Samantha. She was good in it. So, like, we guys are like, if it's a Saturday and we had done a long training, we have no weekend plans. Whether we are fine, we think about Monday's training, and they are like, okay, we had done our weekend, and we have to plan something. We have to go out for a fresh start. So that's how they do, and that was quite impressive.
Yeah, maybe that's how you balance between the
Yeah,
stress and the pressure, I guess.
right.
We'll wrap up with a little quick fire. So, dream training partner, any era or any event, who would it be?
I just want to join a E10 training center, whether with any athlete, that doesn't matter. I just want to train over there.
Okay, European circuit or NCAA racing culture, which excites you more?
NCAA.
If you weren't a runner, what would you be?
If I want to be a runner, what I would be?
Yeah, what would you be doing if you weren't in track?
The same, like 1500.
No, isn't if you weren't an athlete, what would you be doing?
Oh, definitely modeling, I guess.
Yeah, makes sense. Is there anything that you think brings you good luck or superstitions that you like?
Uh, No, I just believe in my training. I believe what I had done, and definitely not anything like that. Because I feel like um, I remember when my dad used to say, sorry, I'm taking this long. I remember when my dad used to say, you have to believe your training. If you feel scared, just look at your training, how much you had done. So yeah, I believe in my training.
I think that's good advice for any part of life. It's if you put the work in, you'll be fine, right?
Yeah,
Would you rather have a race with no time pressure or the crowd screaming the whole way through?
crowd screaming whole way through.
I think it's quite motivating. And have you ever had a race where you experienced something unexpected, like a surprising tactic or an athlete you didn't expect to compete with?
Um, that was in definitely Asian Games, because I thought 1500 is gonna be really fast, because the girl who won gold, she was a good athlete, and I was following her for a good timing, but she had done a slow race.
It's been so fantastic catching up with you, Harmilan. I really hope everything's going well with your recovery. You're enjoying yourself up in the mountains and off the track as well. We really appreciate your time. It's been wonderful chatting to you, and hopefully we catch up again in the future.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Andrew.